This is Neural Newscast.
This is what matters this morning, Tuesday, March 31st, 2026.
From Neural Newscast, I'm Peter Rowan.
And I'm Isabel Moreno.
Regional tensions in the Middle East reached a critical point overnight. Iran launched 6 ballistic missiles and 29 drones at the Prince Sultan Air Base.
The strike injured 15 United States troops at the facility in Saudi Arabia. At the same time, Houthi rebels in Yemen fired their first missile toward Israel since hostilities began.
Washington is currently deploying additional forces to the region. The Israeli military has confirmed the interception of that Houthi missile over southern Israeli territory.
International leaders are racing to contain the fallout. Pakistan is scheduled to host a quadrilateral meeting with regional partners this coming Monday.
In other news, an estimated 8 million people participated in No Kings protests across the United States on Saturday, according to event organizers.
Demonstrations took over the National Mall in Washington and Times Square in New York. Protesters expressed opposition to the current administration's executive power.
In Minnesota, Bruce Springsteen performed at a rally near the state capitol. Thousands gathered there to protest federal immigration enforcement tactics following recent fatalities.
While most events remained peaceful, the Department of Homeland Security reported multiple arrests in Los Angeles after federal officers were struck by debris.
Turning now to China. The government is set to ban the use of empty apartments for storing the cremated remains of deceased family members.
Known as bone ash apartments, these residential units became popular because cemetery plots in cities like Beijing can cost up to 300,000 yuan.
The new legislation prohibits placing ashes in residential properties. It comes just days before the Qingming Festival, a traditional time for honoring ancestors.
Regulators also announced new rules for the funeral industry. These measures aim to tackle high pricing and fraud to reduce the financial burden on the public.
Meanwhile, Nestle is investigating a major heist in Europe. 12 tons of KitKat bars were stolen while in transit to Poland.
The shipment of over 400,000 units disappeared after leaving a factory in Italy. This has led to concerns about a potential shortage before Easter.
Nestle has clarified there is no consumer safety risk. The company is using unique batch codes to track the stolen goods in unofficial markets.
Investigations are ongoing in collaboration with local authorities to locate the missing truck and prevent the illegal sale of the chocolate.
Here is what else we are watching. Tomorrow, Pakistan will host delegations from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Turkey for urgent talks regarding Middle East security.
In China, officials will begin enforcing transparency requirements for funeral pricing, following the recent ban on residential shrines.
And we are monitoring supply chain updates from Nestle as European retailers check for stolen batch codes in their shipments.
Tomorrow, we will have a closer look at new trade regulations being proposed by the European Union.
That is the news for Tuesday, March 31st. Thanks for listening. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.